Welcome to the Gamers Guild Weekly Show with Hopp. This is where you'll find all that's going on inside the Gamers Guild Discord, as well as some fun and gaming information you may not have even known you needed. And now, here's Hopp. Thank you, and welcome back to another edition of the Gamers Guild Weekly Show. I am Hopp, your host, and welcome to the channel. If you are new to the channel, I would ask that you would just give me a quick sub. Hit that sub button and the notification bell so that you know when the next set of videos, or whether it just be the next Gamers Guild Gazette review comes out, whatever it may be, that you get those notifications. Also, I would appreciate a like if you hit that like button, or leave a comment. It helps the algorithm, and Lord knows I want my YouTube channel to be found in some way. So thanks a lot for joining us here, the Gamers Guild Weekly Show, where we're going to go over the Gamers Guild Gazette and some other information that you may not have even knew you needed. The Gamers Guild is just a group of gamers that have come together. We used to be Architects Official, but now we are a group of people that just play a bunch of games and enjoy each other's company. And if you ever want to join us, you can hit that description, and there is a link to the Discord. It's a static link. It'll never change. You should be able to get in anytime. So come on out, check us out, and hey, you may find yourself a new home for your gaming fun and interactions. So let's just jump right into it. Let's head over to that Gamers Guild Gazette. All right, here we are, episode edition, whatever you want to call it, 14 from Friday, August the 16th. This is what we do every week, and the first thing, as always, is the new to the Discord question. If you're new, you ping Shiloh. The Discord name is Shiloh, I believe, 1986. If you will shoot a Discord answer here to how many times did Ross Geller marry and divorce on Friends? How many times did Ross Geller marry and divorce on Friends? My quick question on that is, are we counting annulments? I don't know. But he definitely had a lot of experience right there now, didn't he? Also in the Gamers Guild Gazette today, we have some announcements and reminders. Just really quick, there is the Wild Dino Hunt every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, where a special colored dino is released on one of the cluster maps. And if you tame it, you get a shiny or possibly a spin of the wheel for some really wonderful prizes. Also, we have the Where's Waldo, the Waldo brothers hiding things, no matter whether it be themselves or just chests on maps. We have different things that are to be hunted that also have some really great prizes that you could utilize as you play Ark on the cluster. Also, we have our Member of the Month nominations. Those nominations are still ongoing. We will be opening up voting starting this Friday, the 23rd. Voting will be open for 1 week to name who will be August's Community Member of the Month. The winner gets a $10 PayPal. And then we've also added some new channels to the Discord. We have a recipe channel so you can share your favorite recipes. Most people don't realize that Ark has, recipes that you can make for different things, whether it be food or health or whatnot. So share those. Also, if you've lost dinos, we have a channel to help you find your lost dinos because, well, as Fire and I know, it's easy to lose Dimorphodons in the swamp cave. So anyway, that's what's going on, and the big announcement is we are opening a PvP map. That's right, it will be a PvP map. There are announcements on the Discord. That map is planning to open on Labor Day, September the 2nd, here in the U.S. So we're going to open that map up, and we're going to see exactly how it goes. And then we're going to go and find out what's going on from there. There will be new packs for people to be able to buy specifically for PvP. These PvP maps will not be clustered to the others, so anybody that just enjoys PvE, you don't have to worry about the PvP people coming over and taking resources and then taking them back over, anything like that. So yes, PvP is coming to the Gamers Guild. That's going to be exciting. We have the Mega Dino Raffle. That raffle is going to happen for the Dinosuchus. This is going to be a massive possibility for anybody who wants it. We're talking a 375 Dinosuchus. Yes, it's not clonable. It's not going to be breedable, but it is going to be arguably one of the best Dinosuchus you'll ever find, and we are going to be raffling off those this entire thing on the 30th during the Friday night stream. Now, we also have some other people that are raffling off their tier goodies. I'm not one of them. I like to hoard my tier goodies. I just do. I'm a hoarder. But Gaffa and I believe Corrupt and Shiloh and some others are going to be raffling off their gold tier goodies. So get involved in the raffles on Discord as well. Let's look at the community contributors. As you can see, we've expanded it this week. There are 6 pictures. The first one is just a random collage picture of the Shastasaurus taming event. Held over 2 days last weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. Shastasaurus taming event, and it was a wild success with a lot of people showing up and walking away with some high level and beautifully colored Shastasauruses. Shastasauri? I don't know what the plural of that should be. Also, we have Anne riding like a boss. Well, I mean, honestly, I think it's wonderful to see that riding glitch back. I have been levitating off the top of my tames lately. I actually flew on an RG, and it looked like I was easily a foot off the RG and sitting backwards in catty corner. Kind of weird. And here doing the same, riding like a boss on her mosh chops at her base. Also, we have Kuka and her blueberry onyx. Honestly, that's one of the cooler looking berries I've ever seen. The match of both blue and orange is absolutely wonderful. But if you want another cool looking dino, look no further than another one here. Ginger's all black wyvern. Wyvern, yes, that's how I pronounce it. Wyvern. Some people call it wyvern. Most of us just say, hey, dragon. But Ginger has an all-black wyvern. I don't know what kind of wyvern it is. I don't know if it's lightning or fire. I'm going to assume it's a fire wyvern because of the color. But, man, that's a cool-looking dino. Also cool-looking, Aaron Son's colorful duo of a rock elemental, and it looks like a Carcharodontosaurus. Look at the colors on those things. It's like almost like pastel Easter colors. Really cool-looking. And then we also have Mateo and his new water breeding pen. As you can see, it's a really cool looking entire area built off the edge of a cliff. So I'm pretty impressed with it. Mateo, nice job on building that breeding pen. We also have a lot of cool things coming in the future. Not only is that PvP map opening on the 2nd, but just 2 days later, Aberration is coming to the cluster. Aberration is being released on September the 4th. That is still the date everybody's getting. In the last Community Crunch, they released the key art, as you'll see up here in the corner of my screen. And that is really exciting. Aberration is coming. Now, remember, the cluster does have some specific things that you need to remember. Number 1, it's still a no-flyer map. There will be gliders, obviously, with Yeeling and the Rock Drakes and different things like that. There is still going to be gliders, but there are not going to be flyers involved. That is not going to be overridden. The AI is not going to be changed on any of that for people to be suddenly able to take an RG or whatnot. If you have Bob's Tall Tales, don't forget, you do get the Steampunk Ascent added to it with the purchase of that Bob's Tall Tales from when Scorched Earth come out. The Steampunk thing is going to allow you to have a blimp that will fly through there. So that's going to be one way you're going to be able to fly in Aberration. Also, once the map does come to the cluster, remember that for 30 days, you cannot transfer items. For 30 days, you cannot transfer items. In other words, you are not going to be able to bring anything but yourself. Yes, you can bring your level 120, 130, whatever character it is over, but the character has to be naked. You cannot bring dinos over, you cannot bring items over, you cannot even bring clothes over for the first 30 days of the map. And that also means that there's also going to be a 30-day moratorium on purchasing some of the high-level new dinos like the Yeeling, like the Rock Drake, and some others before they're added to the admin shop. But Aberration is coming, and I think all of us are really excited about the fact that it is coming soon. Now, let's take a look at the meme trunk. It's been a while since we've been to the meme trunk, so let's look. I mean, I know I'm going to go pretty far back to look at some stuff, but I want to be able to show you all some really cool things that have been posted in there in the last little while. So let's go to the meme trunk. Okay, so here we are, Fletch, with the first one. As you can see, give me a second. This is gaming at work. Give me a second. I have to fight this boss. He punches his boss out and then goes back to work. And I really find that's kind of funny. That was a good one, Fletch. Aaron, post this one. Boys have zero excuse for not having communication skills. I've seen you all play group video games and describe where you are. The response is classic. It's a lot easier to say shotgun in the east hallway than to say my crippling anxiety is ruining the relationship. A lot of truth there. A lot of truth. Then we have Fletch again. Terry, quick, make a wish. I wish for 1,000 wishes. And here comes all the meteor shower. Really good stuff from the meme trunk. Thanks a lot for sharing those. Don't forget that you can also add to the meme trunk as well. So come be a part of that show every week. Now it's time for the interview of our Volunteer of the Month. The Volunteer of the Month is Gaffa, and I've been having a lot of fun on Gaffa's Insuluna map. Hope you've been watching some of the streams over on my Twitch channel. The link is in the description. But Gaffa is our Volunteer of the Month. Last week we talked a little bit about Gaffa as a volunteer. This week we're going to learn a little bit more about Gaffa the Dude and find out more about JoJo, his background, and different things about him. So let's go take a look at this interview with Gaffa. All right, welcome back to part 2 of our Volunteer of the Month of August. You know him as Gaffa. We call him JoJo. And we are going to be learning a little bit more about him today. The first part, we learned about him as being a volunteer and his duties. Today, we're going to learn about the person. So, welcome, JoJo. Glad you joined me here for part 2.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to be back again.
So, the first question, and this is going to probably lead to a whole rabbit hole. Who knows when it comes to these things. But what are your interests and hobbies like outside of gaming? Like if you're not sitting at your PC or a console or anything and not playing, what do you get into? What are you interested in?
Well, that is actually a good question because that is not a lot, but I like cooking and eating. I'm cooking a lot, just as much as me and Co do. And occasionally I've been doing it less because of my back and stuff, but I work in the construction business, building and renovating apartments and houses from time to time. I'm going to move myself to another apartment in the end of the summer or beginning of the autumn, and I've been helping out my boss to build a new flat or apartment, what do you call it, for myself. This is what I do. I have very few things to just be able to spend more time with it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So when you talk about the building stuff, I mean, are you like a general contractor, or is there a specialty within that you?
I am more like I don't know how that's English word is, but I'm a painter. I paint and rooms. My boss owns the house I live in and several other properties that he is buying, like run down, and we rebuild them. Some from scratch and some just renovate up and then put tenants,
Mm-hmm.
In the house I am now, I am vice landlord, so I have a few tenants in this house I have to take care of, and the house itself, what comes to that. So I basically run a big villa so to say, alongside. So that can take up like 24/7 if it needs to, but luckily it's not.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cooking wise, what's your favorite dish to cook?
Oh, that's easy. Lasagna.
Okay. What kind of lasagna do you make? Because there are many different kinds. There's vegetable, there's like meat,
Oh, no.
there's all kinds of stuff.
I'm not a vegetable guy. I'm sorry if someone is
Yes.
offended. I'm a meat guy, all up to the fingertips. Of
I
course,
love
you
it.
make it with chicken mince meat or beef.
Do you have a favorite between the two, or doesn't matter as long as it's one of them?
Beef is, of course, the favorite.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course. Now, how long does it take you to usually make one?
1.5 hour maybe with breaks.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't make the lasagna thing or the pasta myself. Well, they're ready bought, but I make the sauces and stuff and minced meat, and then you have half an hour, in the oven and things. So I usually eat the whole thing myself. That's why I'm so round, like a meatball.
That's a spicy meatball.
Yeah, spicy meatball.
Oh my gosh! So I've already learned some surprising stuff. But what is if people in the cluster when they think of you, what is something that they would be surprised to learn about you? As
Oh
if
my
what we've
God.
already learned is not surprising enough. I didn't. I still think it's funny that you mentioned in the last part that
Oh,
you were talking about how you're surprised people are so happy with the color choices and things that you make, and then you turn around and tell me you're a painter. So I'm like, this is part
well,
of you.
well, I just paint similar colors, white walls, green walls, or eggshell walls. So, I mean, that's easy with a roller. So, I just like to do it because I like changes. When you
Gotcha.
see something run down, getting freshed up, I like the feeling of that, the accomplishment.
Hmm.
This is what I get the most of it. So, one thing they would, many would be surprised over outside my inner circle is that I am diagnosed with extreme social phobia. I normally don't like to talk to people at all. And I was totally enclosed, and I played, a gamer for a long time with multiplayer games. Uh, Architects or Gamers Guild was the first thing that I actually actively joined in voice channels, which I never in my whole life did before, and I'm 50.
Hmm. Yeah, we talked about that. You've got a few months on me.
Yeah, just a few.
So you've got social phobia, and yet I would never have. I honestly would not have thought that simply because of how quickly you and I took off in chatting and stuff. It just seemed
Yeah.
like you were just as outgoing and friendly, and so I never would have thought that. That's wonderful. So would you say that maybe the cluster has kind of
Of course
helped
it
you
is.
with that?
Of course it is. Because it was not that way before. So yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
as far as the community, the Gamers Guild community, and I think you've kind of partially answered this, but what are the different ways that being part of this community has basically influenced you personally?
The kindness, the care that people actually listens to you, that you can tell something that is deep and dark for you, and you don't get shushed like in real life. People well listen to you, and sometimes you stumble upon someone that is similar things. Then sometimes when it comes to us that has disabilities, equal plays the best because we understand each other. And this is a very good place for anyone that has some sort of disability to come and hang out and play all of the games we have here and maps and doing games and just interact, because this is what made me, get going. And that also means even if you are having disabilities like social phobia or anxiety and stuff, you can control that self, because I'm a living proof of, going in. I had sleeping issues for, I think, 2 years. I slept 1.5 to 2 hours a night for 2 years.
Oh my.
Until I came in here and challenged my mind, because I'm a Swedish guy, if you guys didn't know. So I challenged my brain all day by talking English to people with different slang and stuff. So it's tiring for my brain. Still now it is, but it's a good trying, because you wear yourself out, and it almost like to 90% cured my insomnia.
Hmm.
But
English.
that's for me.
Yes. English slang. What's your favorite English slang word that you use regularly? That's clean enough to say. Oh.
I'm sorry. No, I had one. Oh, what is that? Jeebers, I think. Jeebers.
Jeebers.
Something like that. Yeah. Because I'm trying not to swear in, voice chat. Even if we are on a closed thing, we should manage our language. And that goes for
Absolutely.
everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Jeebers. That's
Jeebers. Yeah. Instead of saying things I can say here.
Yes, I got that. That's great. That cracks me up. What else? Is there anything else that you would like to share with the community about yourself, or any just shout outs that you would like to give to the community?
Treat others as you want to be treated yourself.
It's good. It's a really good credo. I mean, I think they call it the golden rule, where I grew up and the things I've been involved with. So
yeah, but not so much me around, and just I'm getting along with so many, I must say, and this is because I have came to that understanding that treat others as you want to be treated yourself, and that's a very good ground for growing friendship. And I have many friends here, some very close and some looser, but you can't have too many, because even me will struggle with that. Because one thing that also will shock you all, that you asked before, I actually have no real friends in real life. I have one person, and that's my boss that I work with. That's the only one. So,
well, I mean, I would say that I understand that to a degree. The idea of friendship, though, to me has always been more about the connection than it has been necessarily the physical proximity. Because I know people I am close. I have a friend that lives in Spain right now. He's British, but he lives in Spain with his wife, and he and I are very good friends. But we've never actually seen each other physically, a foot or 2 feet away from each other. So I really believe that, and I think that's part of what makes this community special. Is you can develop those kinds of friendships.
Yes, you can.
Well, this has been the person. Hopefully, you all learned a little bit more about JoJo, or as you'll see him on Discord, as Gaffa. Feel free to say hi to him, and I'm sure he will quickly say hi back. But we've enjoyed this time with you in part 2, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you for being back again.
All right. As you can see, Gaff is a very interesting guy. Very wonderful to get to know him even better throughout that series of interviews. And it's been very exciting to do that. We have one more session with Gaffa next week during the Gamers Guild show. So come and make sure you're back a part of that as well. And that's about all we have this week on the Gamers Guild Weekly Show. I really do appreciate it. Do me a favor, hit that like button and comment for the algorithm. Tell me a little bit about what you liked about the interview. Tell me what you liked about the meme trunk, or any other things that you would like to see. I am still working on trying to get the Creature Corner back. It's just Discord being a pain in the butt to try and record with. But I am doing the best that I can to try and come up with a way to get that back for everybody to enjoy. So hopefully that will be soon. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button once again with that notification bell so you know when not just the Gamers Guild Weekly Show, but also any of my other content on YouTube. I am going to be breaking up some of my Insaluna stream into some standalone videos, like taking on summoners and whatnot. And also, we're going to be continuing the 100 Days with the NPCs going against me as well. That series is going to make a comeback this week as well. So that's about all I have. Thanks for joining me this week, and we'll see you again next time here at the Gamers Guild, here with Hopp at the Gamers Guild Weekly Show. Take care, everybody. Adios.